Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
A national food distributors truck driver strike is impacting the meals that children get at schools, including right here in Detroit. It's U.S. Foods, and it is the main supplier for many restaurants in the school districts.
They have locations all across the country, including in Wixom right here in Metro Detroit. Right now, the company dealing with a union truck driver strike. Let's get out to Megan Woods, who's on this story for us. And Megan, places like Detroit Public Schools, the community district, already feeling this impact.
That's right, Jason. So Dr. Vitti, the superintendent, put out a notice to families last night, letting them know what's going on, how it's impacting the school district, and we'll get to that in a moment. But as right now, like the background information on this company, according to U.S. Foods website, they distribute to Wixom restaurants and 300,000 operations across the country. In the alert to families, Detroit Schools says the strike is preventing the district from receiving the volume of food regularly received. They say they're actively looking for alternative vendors to continue giving basic meals for students throughout all of this. Dr. Vitti, the superintendent, went on to say, quote, "This will obviously lead to a temporary reduction in menu options and food choices. Breakfast and lunch will be provided, but they will be limited until the strike discontinues. We expect and hope for regular food access for meals within the next 2 weeks. To be clear, all schools and all students will be provided daily breakfast and lunch through a variety of different food choices until the district's food supply chain is reestablished." And it's a concern because a lot of these students get their meals from schools. So there is a concern there. We're working to get more information. We've also reached out to 10 other school districts in the Metro Detroit area, and majority of them are telling us they get their food supplies from another company, but we're waiting to hear back from a few others. So we're working to get more information. But as for right now, live in Detroit, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Yeah, clearly it's going to be a disruption. All right, Megan, thank you. Weather-wise, by the way, we're expecting quite a bit of snow this weekend.
You've probably heard, and Ashley is tracking the timeline and potential snow totals for us.
That's right. So we have a major system heading our way come tomorrow afternoon, taking us into Saturday. Right now, though, things have calmed down over at Metro Airport. If you were with us early this morning, I should say, we had quite a bit of snow coming down at a nice rate. 35 degrees, though, winds sustained at 14 miles per hour, making it feel like 26, but visibility certainly has improved out there. Temperatures rising above the freezing mark, so we're already seeing a little bit of melting from what was sticking to the trees, made it kind of picturesque early this morning. But we sit in the 30s, feeling like the 20s when you factor in the winds. So mid to upper 20s, mainly our wind chills, feeling a little warmer actually up into the thumb. You can see how this clipper system is pushing to the east. So we have a little bit of remnant moisture here as frozen precip up into the thumb. So north of St. Clair into Port Huron, this does stretch towards Romeo, maybe clipping Waterford off towards Flint, still dealing with some light flakes as we speak. But the snow continues to taper off for that area this afternoon. The rest of us stay cloudy and cool, although we're a few degrees above average, 38 degrees for the afternoon high. Winter storm watch will go into effect tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Livingston, stretching up towards Sanilac counties. We'll have more on this system and how it will impact Metro Detroit as well in just a few minutes.
All right, Ashley. New this noon, state police say a teen driver asleep at the wheel caused a crash involving a state trooper. Police shared photos from the scene on northbound I-75 at Sashabaw last night. You can see the damage to that trooper's vehicle there. The trooper had just arrested someone for impaired driving. Investigators say a 16-year-old nodded off while driving, drifted onto the shoulder and hit that patrol car. The teen is accused of reckless driving and was released to his mother. The trooper remains hospitalized.
The Taylor School Board approves operational changes to fend off a $4 million deficit, and a lot of changes coming to the district. Starting in 2025, Eureka Heights Elementary will close and students will be sent to McDowell and Holland. And then in 2026, middle schools will consolidate. Randall Elementary will move into the old Hoover Middle School, and the former Eureka Elementary will become the Early Childhood Center. Taylor Parks Elementary will close, and then in 2026, that school will be demolished along with Randall Elementary.
I know it's not the way we want to do things. People don't want change. They don't want those items. But it's also our duty to make sure we are providing what's best for students and that we're making sure the school district is stable going forward.
Another way to make up the deficit is by eliminating jobs, but the district says they are not planning any layoffs. Instead, the superintendent is saying that when employees retire, those positions will not be filled.
With just a few days until the Iowa caucuses, Republican presidential candidates making the final pitch to voters as the field starts to narrow now.
Oh, yes. NBC's Bree Jackson in Washington with the latest developments.
Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis went head-to-head in a heated debate, trying to tear into each other and get a boost to their campaign in what's considered a distant race for second place. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis battling it out on the debate stage, blasting each other's records.
He has blown through $150 million. I don't even know how you do that. Through his campaign, he has nothing to show for it.
We don't need another mealy-mouthed politician who just tells you what she thinks you want to hear.
This one-on-one format put the candidates' differences on issues like foreign policy front and center as they tried to position themselves as the best alternative to the GOP frontrunner.
I wish Donald Trump was up here on this stage. He's the one that I'm running against. He's the one that I wish would be here. He needs to be defending his record.
Let's just be honest. He said he was going to build a wall and have Mexico pay for it. He did not deliver that. He said he was going to drain the swamp. He did not deliver that.
Former President Trump held a town hall at the same time as the debate, telling the crowd he knows who his running mate would be if he secures the GOP nomination.
Who would be in the running for vice president?
Well, I can't tell you that, really. I mean, I know who it's going to be.
Give us a hint.
All this comes just days before the Iowa caucus.
I think we are slim pickings in the Republican Party right now.
Trump maintains a convincing lead over his Republican rivals, despite his ongoing legal battles.
When they are indicting him, we are being indicted. When they talk negative about him, they're talking negative about us.
Meanwhile, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie dropped out of the race. And Chris Christie ending his campaign may be a boost to Nikki Haley. Christie's already facing pressure to endorse her, but Christie was caught on a hot mic Wednesday night, appearing to say he does not think that Haley is up to the challenge. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
All right, Bree, former President Donald Trump won't be allowed to speak during closing arguments today in his New York civil fraud trial. The judge in the case denied the former president's request Wednesday in a letter to his attorneys saying he failed to agree to preconditions. In that letter, the judge asked former President Trump to agree to limit his subjects while speaking and to comply with his existing gag order. However, after 3 extended deadlines, he didn't respond to the request.
Local 4 has teamed up with Gardner White and the American Red Cross for a very crucial blood drive that's going on right now. You can donate blood to the Gardner White locations that are listed on your screen, from Ann Arbor and Canton to Warren, Howell, Novi, many locations across the metro area. You can just show up. You can also make an appointment as well at redcrossblood.org or on the Red Cross app. And you can also find more detail on our website at clickondetroit.com. But there is a crucial shortage right now of blood, so they really need folks to come out. Absolutely.